Welcome to Help Me GMP. In our new series, our aim is to get you ready to ace your next job interview. Whether you're applying for your first role or aiming for a big promotion, we've got you covered. So, in today's video, we'll break down how to succeed in interviews with a deep dive into the STAR method, a game changer for structuring your answers. We also delve into examples of model answers to questions you might be asked during an interview. And stick around until the end for our top tip that could make all the difference on the day. Interviews are designed to test not just your knowledge, but how you think, behave, and adapt. They are daunting, and most people worry what they're going to say, but don't worry, we understand that and are here to show you techniques and model answers to support you. We know there's a lot riding on this one meeting, so how can you stand out from the crowd? It may seem obvious by being clear, structured, and personal in your answers and following the steps within the rest of this video. So let's talk about the STAR method, an essential tool for tackling tough interview questions. The letters in the STAR anagram stand for, firstly, situation. This is where you need to set the scene. What was happening? Where were you? Then task. So what was your specific responsibility? Then we move to action. Specifically, what did you do? This is the most important part, so should form the longest part of your answer. You must focus on what you did in the situation, as it's easy to say what the team did. And lastly, the result. This is how did it turn out and what was the impact of your actions. It's your chance to wrap up the answer and share your learning from the situation. Here's why at Help Me GMP we believe the STAR method works. It gives your answers structure, making them easy for the panel to follow. It focuses on your contributions, not the team's, highlighting your value. It showcases your ability to think critically and solve problems, so always remember in an interview, take a breath and remember STAR to structure your answer. In this section, we will guide you through a model answer. So let's start with a potential question. Can you tell us about a time you solved a problem at work? This would be a model answer using STAR. First, starting with the situation. In my previous role as a production supervisor at a pharmaceutical manufacturing company, we faced a recurring issue with delays in the supply chain. This problem was causing disruptions to our production schedules, leading to missed delivery deadlines and customer complaints. Then move on to the task. As the supervisor responsible for production efficiency, I was tasked with identifying the root cause of these delays and implementing a solution to ensure that our production timelines were met without compromising quality or compliance. Then the actions you took. Remember, this is the section that needs the most detail. I started by conducting a thorough analysis of the supply chain process. I reviewed delivery records, spoke directly with suppliers, and identified that inconsistent communication and inadequate inventory tracking were the main causes of the delays. To address this, I personally developed a streamlined communication protocol with our suppliers, ensuring weekly updates on delivery schedules. I also implemented a new inventory management system that tracked stock levels in real time, allowing us to anticipate shortages before they occurred. Additionally, I trained the production team on the new system to ensure seamless adoption and monitored the process daily during the first month. Lastly, round off the answer with the result. As a direct result of my actions, delivery delays were reduced by 25%, production timelines were met consistently, and customer complaints regarding late deliveries decreased by 30%. This also improved our relationship with suppliers, as they appreciated the clearer communication channels. The success of this initiative earned me recognition from senior management for improving operational efficiency. This is a perfectly structured answer using the STAR method. Next, we will move on to scenario question 2. Can you tell us about a time you improved a process in your workplace? This would again be a model answer using STAR. First, start with the situation. At my previous role, the document approval process for GMP compliance reports was taking too long, causing delays in production readiness. Then move on to the task. I was responsible for identifying inefficiencies in the approval workflow and finding a solution to reduce delays while maintaining regulatory compliance. Then the action, I conducted a step-by-step audit of the current approval process. I identified redundant steps where multiple approvals were being sought unnecessarily. After consulting with key stakeholders, I proposed a revised workflow that reduced the number of required approvals from 5 to 3. I then developed a digital tracking system to monitor document progress and personally trained the team on its use. Finally, I set up weekly review meetings to address any issues in real time. And round off your answer with the result. Thanks to my actions, the approval process time was cut by 40%, allowing production to begin sooner. This also improved team morale, as staff felt less overwhelmed by administrative tasks. The updated process was later adopted across other departments, demonstrating its effectiveness. So why do we believe this approach works? The answers focus on specific actions taken by you. They provide clear, measurable outcomes like reduce delays by 25% or cut approval time by 40%. They highlight problem-solving, initiative, and leadership skills, which are key traits interviewers look for. Understanding the format of the interview is crucial for preparation. So let's explore a few common types of interview questions you may be asked, starting with knowledge-based questions. These test your technical knowledge or industry expertise. An example could be, can you explain the principles of GMP and pharmaceutical production? Top tips for these are to stay concise, use specific terminology, and tie your answer back to practical applications. Next is values-based questions. These explore how your personal values align with the organization's mission. An example could be, how do you ensure patient safety in your daily work? Reflect on your core principles and link them to real-life actions. Then there are scenario questions. These test how you'd handle hypothetical situations. Example could be, what would you do if you noticed a colleague breaching protocol? You could certainly use the STAR method here to explain how you'd approach the situation logically. Lastly, assessments. Some roles may include tasks like writing SOPs or analyzing case studies or presenting. You should practice beforehand by reviewing real-world examples in your field and practicing talking through a mock presentation. These tips may seem simple, but remind yourself of them for each interview if you want to succeed. 1. Research the role and company. 2. Practice active listening. 3. Tailor your answers. 4. Act like you don't know the panel. It seems simple, but don't assume that they know more on the situation you are explaining. Lastly, 5. Focus on what you did, not what the team may have done. Finally, our top tip. Just be yourself. It's easy to get caught up in trying to give perfect answers, but authenticity is what truly resonates with interviewers. Let your passion and personality shine through. By following the STAR method and understanding the different types of interview formats, you'll be ready to tackle even the toughest questions with confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's preparing for their big day.